knocked that leg off, baby. Saved her life. And so she's 95 and still convalescent hospital. And we go visit her every day and help her eat. I don't know if I could survive or keep looking down at that missing leg and psychologically and all that. So let's see. Somebody said that Angelo is still weighing operation or not, and he's ailing quite a bit. Forrest Cook, how's he coming along? Anybody know?
He was here this morning. We don't know what happened to him.
Okay. So he's on his feet. So for all the illnesses, and I didn't put it up last January, I put one up, but not to be morbid, but the list of our compadres who have gone to the Great White Father in the Sky, or, you know, we remember Willie and our Scotchman who we never could understand, and Mr. Green and a number of other people have passed on. So, I thought for them. We need a secretary, and I'm going to, you know what? I have a list here of emails that the WIC line was sending out, and a lot of them I don't understand because, you know, I have some people, they have their names on it, but others are very cryptic. Like, you know some of these, I don't. And I'm with your permission, I'd like to pass this around. If you see your email on here, put your name next to it. I'd like to know who's getting the emails and who's not.
Start with me.
If it's a secret thing and you don't want anybody to know who you are, then put your name down. If you don't have an email there, it might be two things. One is I don't have it, or two, your name was so obvious I didn't put it down. These are just the ones that I don't know who they are. That was a partial list from the ones that WIC line had. Now I sent out a newsletter. My girls are teaching me how to do that mass stuff. And some of you, Lee Daywall in New Mexico said he got it. So let's hope some of you got it. And some of you gave me last week your emails. I'll add that on the list and all that. In the meantime, minutes from last. The meeting was gaveled open by President Rondinino, and at 11:45, the meeting was adjourned. That's the end of the minutes. Anybody want to read the rest of it?
Boy, I like this guy.
I like this.
That's it.
Good secretary.
But we do have dues. And Caesar,
what's with you and not paying people? What the hell's that all
his
about?
head saying, I forgot my money. So did I.
Check.
That's all right, I forgot my money.
Checks in the mail.
We have an interesting situation. Before I ask for a reading of the Treasury notes, I want to start off the year with a thought here. I found a poem from about 30 years ago on the computer. I want to read it to you. It's short, so bear with me, and I think it has something to do with something that I'm going to bring up after that. The writer says, I saw a group of men in my hometown preparing to tear a building down. With a heave and a hoe and a mighty yell, they swung a beam and the edifice fell. I asked the man, are these men skilled? The type you would hire if you wanted to build? The man laughed and said, no indeed. Common labor is all I need. For I could tear down in a day or two what it took a skilled builder 10 years to do. Thank you.
Yes.
Where's the punchline?
Well,
I'm waiting for the punchline.
You got any tissue?
I got a new hanky I got for Christmas. My wife bought me new hankies. She hid them in the garage and forgot about them. I found them. She says, honey, are these for me? Oh yeah, Christmas 3 weeks ago. This thing about tearing down a new year, we've had some grumblings about administration here. You're going to have to help me through this, but for example, last week I believe it took some groups 3 hours to play, right?
Oh, yeah.
And we had at least one, if not more, people go in and attack George, the starter, and talk about why do we let this group go out ahead. And he's a new guy, didn't know what the hell to say about that. And he's afraid to talk to the men's club because, you know, we're older, we've been here forever, and he's too shy. And,
Who is, George or the manager?
And so I talked to George, the new guy, and I talked to Jesse, and they're talking about, and I'm going to have, did Thompson stick around? Jimmy's right here. Jimmy went to bat, I think, for us, the half of him that's left. He went to bat, and, you know, talked to, I don't know if he talked to the starter, Jesse, about changing starting times, that we should be around 6:43 or something, so there's some small group or slow group of 5 or something doesn't get ahead of us and back up everybody. I don't know how that's going to run, but then Jesse is throwing a curveball at us because, well, there's a couple of things. One is, every once in a while one of our members will play before they pay. And that can happen for a number of reasons. You come late, or you just get busy with things. Even poor Bones here forgot to pay today or something because he has 10,000 numbers to look at. So Jesse is looking at that and he says, you know, that's why I'm late coming in. He says, man, you know, my boss is on me that we have to know who's on our property. It sounds like a poem, doesn't it? And so what he's declaring to do, and it looks like he's going to make it happen, I don't know how we can fight it, is that we need somebody at a table out there when you come into play. He's asking or telling us, put down all your players, and when you have the final group, you go out to the first tee, somebody bring that in. In the meantime, all of us are paying here, put our names down. They want those lists to pair up, to match. Now he's saying that many times, or again, I think it's overkill, but because on a rare occasion somebody doesn't pay, he says, well, we don't know who's out on the course, that's our responsibility. It's not matched up, the name isn't here, they didn't pay. So he wants those names to be paired up. If you have any discussion, you can tell me and I'll take it to him, or if you want him to come in and re-explain it differently or better than I, let me know. But that's, he's pretty adamant about that. And he keeps coming back to the idea we've got to know who's out there. Tommy, and then Joe.
They give you a receipt when you pay. Why don't you post somebody at the first tee and you show them your receipt before you tee up?
Yeah, that's what they do, that's what they do.
End of question, that's it. You don't get off without a receipt.
That's what they do at most professional places.
That's what I'm saying, that's what you do in most courses.
1 minute, Joe. I want to write it. Well, what are you, who has, we have a receipt, right? Like
Right.
Junior has a receipt.
Yeah.
Now who's he going to show?
Well, let them fucking.
That's their problem.
No, I mean, you say go out to the first tee and show.
Yeah, why should we make a list? Why the hell don't if they're making a big deal about it, why don't they put somebody, like Sierra Lakes, I belong to Sierra Lakes, right? There's a guy sitting there, you gotta show me.
They're the ones that you set up a monitor out there.
Joe's next, big dog, then you.
I don't understand why we're the starters, first of
Yeah.
all. We're not the starters, and second, they have a PA system. They know who pays, and they know who don't pay. You just get on the mic. Garcia, you need to come in and pay your green fees. Problem solved.
Joe, I don't, well, wait. Clarify
If
that,
somebody
maybe not
didn't
for
pay
me,
their
for
green
everybody.
fees, ask them to come in and pay their green fees.
They don't know if
They may not know.
Joe didn't pay.
If somebody
Where
were
is
to,
that guy?
Hang on.
Well, how do they know he didn't pay?
That's why he wants a pair, he wants a list turned in, so that they can say, okay, you got 16 guys here, we got 15 at the starters
It is
list, and let's see
responsible.
which